been a while since I've done some filming because I tend to do it in blocks when I have some time available, and kind of stockpiled a bunch of unboxing videos from before I went on vacation in early June, and just have been using those to upload. So it's been a while since I've actually done any filming, but I've got some things stacking up and I've got some time this morning, so I figured I would just knock out some more filmings and then scatter those out through the next several weeks. So you'll be seeing this look in a few videos here. What I wanted to start off with actually is one that I've been holding on to for a little bit. I just haven't gotten around to unboxing it, and this is the second Supernatural box from Culture Fly. This is a quarterly box from Culture Fly, who is the same group that does the Game of Thrones box, which I also unbox here. They've also done a lot of other franchises. I know they have, or at least had, I don't know if they still do it, but they had a one that was kind of devoted to Despicable Me and the Minions. They've done the Nickelodeon box, which is unboxed on a lot of other channels if you're interested in checking that out. And they have a few other franchises available. So far, this has definitely been one of the better boxes out there in terms of quality and items. So if you are looking for a box to explore, especially if you have a specific fandom and you're not just looking for kind of a general geek box, this might be a good one to go check out. I'll leave a link down below so you can go see what types of things they offer. But this is the Supernatural box, and this is the second one that they have put out. So I actually got this a few weeks ago, and I was just holding on to another filming opportunity to get this. So let's take a look. I enjoyed the first one quite a bit, so let's see if the second one holds up. So Supernatural Join the Hunt. And this is the spoiler card, which we will hold off on taking a look at. First thing we have up is a shirt, and it looks like a white polo shirt, which is interesting. I'm not too much a fan of white shirts because I'm messy and they don't stay white for very long, but let's take a look and see. Alright, it's a white polo shirt with a red emblem that says Truman Bombers on it. So pretty subtle. I think that's cool. I kind of like it when they do subtle designs on shirts, just because it makes it a little bit easier to get away with wearing something like that at like work, because you know, unless you know what that's a reference to, you don't necessarily know that it's a geek shirt. It just kind of looks like it's, you know, from some sort of franchise or some sort of business. So I can get by with wearing something like that at work. So that's kind of fun. All right. Next up, we have some socks that are definitely matching for the shirt. Some baseball sports style socks. So I kind of wish I'd had this open before the 4th of July. That would have been appropriate to wear. Oh well. Next up we have a whistle. I'm sensing a theme here. We have a sports whistle. And does it say anything about it being from Supernatural? No, I don't see an emblem on there other than it being bagged with a Supernatural thing. I don't really see anything on the whistle itself that designates it as being from the series, but I think that's kind of funny. Okay. We have a Gas and Sip Steve badge pin. It's a double-backed pin. And of course, if you don't watch the series, you're not going to really understand what these references are, but I don't want to say anything because if you are planning on watching the series, I don't want to spoil that for you, so if you know, then you'll think it's funny, and if you don't, then you'll need to go watch the series so you can learn about it. This box is pretty packed. Okay, next up we have, a sweatband to go with our other sports themed items. It's a red, velour sweatband. It says Supernatural, join the hunt on the other side. So, for all of those times I go jogging or don't go jogging. Okay, we have an anti-possession symbol candle mobile. Candle not included. This is not a toy. It says on the back. There you go. Candle not included. This is not a toy. So I'm guessing that this is kind of one of those things where you put a candle in and it makes the whatever it is design turn or move in some way. So yeah, it looks like a windmill. It's actually really cute. I don't know if this is something that I'll end up using necessarily, but alright, so it's got the little spindle and the tin for the candle. So you put the little spindle in there, and then here's like the little windmill top of it that will help capture the air and get things to turn. And then to go with that, you have these emblems, the Supernatural emblems, which you can dangle off of the little roof there. So I'm not going to assemble it because I don't know for sure that this is something I'm going to end up keeping, but it's kind of a neat thing and could be very artsy in your living room or bedroom. Probably would cast some interesting shadows too, so that's kind of neat. And it's a unique item. It's definitely not something we've seen before, so I like that. Alright. Next up we have what looks like a bag or a backpack. Yep, it's kind of a mini messenger bag with the Supernatural emblem on it. It is a brown bag. Go ahead and open this up. It looks like it's kind of a canvasy faux leather combo, and the emblem itself is kind of a rubbery vinyl. So it's not super big, but if you're tooling around town, if you just need to, this might be something that would be handy for, like, if I were going to the amusement park for the day, wandering around the county fair, wanted to bring a purse with me but didn't really want to bring a purse with me, that would be what this would be for in my world. So yeah, that's cool. I always like getting bags in boxes because it's definitely something I use. So we've got a couple more things in boxes, but before we get to that, I want to bring the print out if I can. It's kind of wedged into the bottom of the box, so I don't know if I'll be able to pull this out. So the print is bagged, which is nice, but it's not boarded, so I do kind of wish that it was boarded. I think it would have come out a little bit easier. But here's the print. Supernatural, join the hunt, dawn of darkness. And so it's got the brothers there, and then Castiel's down there. And I've been really delighted with, I really like Misha Collins, #1. But I've really been delighted with how his character has become such a part of the series. And it's funny when you watch the series, at least from my perspective, and I don't know if this is true or not, or if this is just me, you know, making things up, but I kind of got the sense that he was not intended to be actually a significant recurring character, but that, you know, it was because of audience response to him and his performance that kind of ended up making him such an integral part of the series. So I really enjoyed it. So let me know your thoughts. If you're a fan of Supernatural, what do you think about his character and how it's progressed during the series? So anyway, sorry, I've got two more things. We've got a Dean Winchester collectible vinyl. So it looks like this is something that was created specifically for the box, built by Culture Fly, and it's a little creepy looking, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it was intended to be this way, but like his eyes have no color on them, so it almost looks like it's not finished. His eyes are completely white. He's almost like a zombie, and his mouth is just like a little dimple in the face. So I like the fact that they included a figure in here. I'm not so sure if I like the figure, if that makes sense, but we'll see if we get a Sam in the next one and what that one looks like, and you know, maybe if that's intentional, maybe it's just going to be kind of a style of the figure. So the last item in here is a thermochromatic anti-possession glass, whatever that means. Okay, print art will change when liquid is ice cold. Hand wash only, which is fine for me. And color changing things are always fun, so I think that's cool. Let's take a look at what the artwork is, if I can get it out of the box. Styrofoam packing in this box is no bueno. It's super, super thin, and so it's hard to grasp anything, and it's just falling apart when I'm trying to take this out. So I don't like the packing material that this is in, but let's see if the glass is cool. That's a pretty simple glass. Just kind of a standard bar beer glass kind of thing, with the emblem on it. So I'm going to guess that probably when you add liquid to it, it's going to be either like a dark color, like maybe it'll turn black, or maybe red, because they like doing that a lot. So yeah, so the styrofoam is really, really thin on top and isn't very protective. So that's kind of cool. It's always kind of neat getting a, you know, quality piece of barware or kitchenware with these boxes, just because it's nice to have something a little different to, you know, celebrate your fandom, but it's still functional. It's still something useful that's not just going to sit on a shelf somewhere. So I like that. Let's take a look at the spoiler card now and just see if there's anything in here that gives us info here. So we have the Coach Dean cosplay set, which was the socks, headband, t-shirt, and the whistle, which is funny. The whistle on their picture is blue. The one that I got is black, so I don't know if there was a variation. We have the anti-possession candle spinner. So here's the illustration of what that looks like when it's put together, in case you're interested. We have the Dean Winchester vinyl figure, and its eyes are also not colored, so maybe that was a style thing. We have the messenger bag, the art print, the enamel pin, and then the glass. Here's the illustration of that. It does look like when you put something in it that the emblem's supposed to turn red. So, cool. I'll have to test that out and see if it's true later. Not with a beer, because I don't drink beer, but I'm sure I can find something else to put in there. So, anyway, that's the Supernatural box. Again, I really like Culture Fly and what they're doing with their boxes in terms of, you know, honing in on things that are specific to the franchise. And so if you're an actual fan of the franchise, you know, you'll get a laugh out of things like the Coach Dean cosplay stuff, because you'll have that frame of reference. So I really like what they're doing with that. And it is a little bit pricier because it is a quarterly box, so that's something that you want to bear in mind. But consider also kind of the quality of the items that you're getting, and whether or not you'll use them. Because ultimately, when it comes down to it, that's the key thing is, are you going to get things that you like, and are you going to get things that are actually something that you can use, or is it just kind of like, oh, that's cute, and you're going to end up putting it back in the box? If that's the case, it may not necessarily be worth it to you. So that's something to weigh as you're thinking about your options. But for me, I really like the Supernatural stuff and the Game of Thrones one that I've also been getting. I have those subscribed through the years, so we will have an opportunity to take a look at 2 more boxes that will be coming later on in the year. And if you're on the fence about it, you might want to wait and see how those play out and make your decision based off of that. So if that is you, we will see you next time. And if that's not you, well, hopefully we'll still see you next time. So bye.